Hidden among dense forests and flowing rivers stood a peaceful and prosperous kingdom untouched by conflict. In 1940, the kingdom was ruled by a wise king who lived only to serve his people with honesty and compassion. For generations, his family continued his legacy of fairness and justice. Through wisdom and diplomacy, the king solved every dispute without lifting a sword. He believed that words had more power than weapons. To him, war only brought destruction, never solutions. Under his rule, the kingdom bloomed like a paradise on earth. The British Empire could not conquer this land. Some officers admired its beauty, and visitors from England come to visit this untouched paradise. Though small in size, the kingdom was rich in blessings. The villagers lived without fear, crime, or suffering. The villagers believed that their faith in Lord Shiva protected their land. One day, while returning home from village, the king chose a long-abandoned path. The road was known for danger, but curiosity led him forward. Soon, he found himself deep within the dark jungle. There, hidden among vines and rocks, stood a massive ancient cave, and the king was surprised to see it. During his childhood, he remembered his grandparents' warnings about forbidden lands and not to visit such places. They had always said this place was cursed and should never be visited. But ignoring his fear, the king stepped inside the cave. The cave walls were covered with mysterious ancient scripts. They were powerful words written in Sanskrit, and they were hard for them to understand. At the heart of it all stood a sacred Shiva linga, radiating divine presence. The king called scholars to read the script. One scholar warned that reading the final line would open something dangerous. The king was curious and told him to continue, and a hidden door opened slowly. The king was speechless with joy as he looked inside. The cave was filled with unimaginable amounts of gold, diamonds, and shining jewels. The king was blinded by riches and took everything inside. There was another closed door near him. A giant sacred snake was sleeping inside. The serpent slowly opened its shining eyes. The serpent ran after the king inside the cave. In a moment, the serpent struck him with deadly venom. The cave closed and trapped the king inside forever. Time went by, and many rulers rose and fell. There was fighting between two rulers across the land. Eventually, the British took control of the region. In 1946, just before the British left India, destiny guided them toward the cave. The horse fell and showed the hidden entrance. They couldn't understand the ancient writings. They prepared to open the sealed cave. One British Indian soldier recognized the Sanskrit script and said it might open if they read it. They brought a scholar to read it, and the door opened right away. The British officers opened the door and rushed inside. They filled their bags with gold and diamonds. Then they saw another closed room. Even more treasures lay inside, gold and diamonds everywhere. The villagers felt something bad was coming and became afraid. The guardian serpent slowly woke up again. The villages darkened, and the sky turned black, as if nature itself was angry. The British lord saw many different jewels and gold. He was happy and started taking them, and the officers kept stealing too. The British leader shouted with joy that he would take all the treasure to England, and they celebrated loudly. The leader kept shouting with joy. The serpent awoke, and the officers laughed, unaware it was ready to strike. The soldier saw the snake and told everyone to leave the cave quickly. Thrilled by the rare jewelry, the leader grabbed it, and they fled moments before the cave sealed shut. The ancient script revealed it was the palace of the serpent. All could enter. but taking its treasure meant death, and the cave would seal forever. The door closed before the serpent could strike. The curse had begun. That night, the British leader couldn't sleep. Haunted by thoughts of gold and jewels, he secretly kept one unique necklace, unable to resist temptation. The gold was special, and he wanted to take it all. He dreamed about it and went back as the doors opened again. They got their weapons ready and shot as soon as the door opened. One by one, the caves were opened and the wealth was taken away, until not a single jewel remained. The moment the cave door opened, they shot the serpent and killed it cruelly. Once the serpent was dead, they gathered the remaining rare jewelry and took everything. The old cave was broken and destroyed. The Britisher escaped on horseback, carrying away the stolen treasure. After independence, the British ruler went back to England. After that day, no one ever dared to return to the ruined cave. But the real truth of the cave was never known. The truth was, there were always two guardian serpents inside the cave. One guardian fell, the other never left her side. One serpent died, the other was trapped forever. When the cave collapsed, the snake remained inside and could not come out. Years later, factories and buildings began rising in the village. Machines dug deep into the village land, and the villagers felt something terrible was coming. They began digging where the ancient cave once stood, and the villagers grew worried. From inside the broken cave, the great serpent slowly emerged. From the shattered ruins, the giant serpent slowly rose. The giant snake did nothing to the villagers and slowly moved away. Inside the cave, the villagers found the Shiva Linga and the treasures left behind. The villagers began praying there and turned the place into a sacred site. The snake looked for the jewelry by smell, didn't hurt anyone, and went into the forest. The British Indian soldier who had stolen a necklace lived in the same village. The serpent searched for every stolen jewel by scent, but one ornament remained with him. The soldier remained in the village for many years, becoming old and filled with sorrow. The jewel haunted him, a curse he could never escape. The same day the serpent began its journey, the British Indian soldier sold the golden ornament that same day to village smugglers, who sent them toward England. While searching for the jewelry, the serpent tracked its scent to a ship, finding it hidden inside a box. As the snake reached for the jewels, the shipping box was shut, locking it inside the ship, unseen and deadly. The serpent traveled with the treasure inside the ship. As soon as the box was opened, the snake bit the guard and killed him at once. The snake took back the stolen jewels, holding them as it moved on. The serpent quickly escaped from the ship, slipping away unseen. In a foreign land, the snake moved from place to place, following the scent of jewels. Near the ocean, the snake moved through an English village until it reached a small old house. The old house belonged to the former British ruler, and inside it were the stolen gold and ornaments. He sat helpless in his house, alone, broken by years of suffering. All his family had left him, and others had died, leaving him alone with his guilt. At last, the guardian recognized its greatest enemy and struck him down. Justice was served. The serpent gathered all the stolen jewels and sat quietly in the house with the treasure. One lady noticed the snake inside the house, surrounded by treasure. The lady quickly informed the police about the serpent in the house. When the police arrived, they caught the snake. It remained peaceful, yet guarded the jewels closely. The smugglers learned from an informer that the snake had left the village and reached England with the treasure. One elderly man explained the curse and the history of the serpent to the smugglers. One of the smugglers went to England to meet the partner who handled their stolen goods. When the villager mafia reached England, they discovered the snake had already killed their partner. They realized the snake had sacred powers beyond human strength. After learning the truth, they took official permission to send the serpent back to India. The snake and the treasure were sent back to India by sea. They returned the snake and the treasures to the cave, keeping them beside the Shiva Linga. After being placed in the cave, the snake sat quietly near the sacred linga. Once more, the cave closed on its own, hiding everything within. Just like before, the sealed cave formed again, with Sanskrit writing glowing on its door. The people began worshipping at the closed cave, treating it as a sacred site. After that, life in the village improved. People were healthier, happier, and wealth came in abundance.